suka tattare ya nasu wanda sun yi amfani da wannan minista na birnin tarayya wannan mutumin nan da aka san shi da wato tsigiranci da rashin kunya da karam wanda yake da alaƙa da bangaren shari'a wanda ya samu abu ne yana ko alfahari wannan tantama cewa wani shi ne da musamman da gwamnati ta gwamnati ta kai wannan da tabbata cewa ta riga ta yi da su wato saboda su ma da ma su amma haka da dawo da su ba su kamai da yake da muhimmanci a saboda amfani da su wannan ya tabbata.
We're home to GTV Africa from Abuja in a few minutes time. Leadership of ADC will be house to talk to Nigeria. In a few minutes time, the leadership of ADC will soon be talking to the press as of course is getting set. The setting up is getting set, and some of the leadership are already seated, and they will be talking to Nigerians as regard to what has happened to the party and what the solution will be. This is GTV Africa coming to you live from Abuja. Sorry, sorry.
The bigger hole so you cannot our left assistant So what is the offense?
I will report to the chairman.
No, this is the matter. Yes, I'm working on the anointing of the they are trying to break your anointing. Where's your hair? Let me die now. But I don't test you. Your anointing is broken. Your anointing, there was no anointing. There was no anointing before. There was no anointing. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Yes. Don't get vexed. Don't she's trying to get the other one says that's the man. I said I was there. So I'm saying that look at this. And you are like
No,
This one not to say once I'm playing with you and
This one is live. This one is live.
be the soldiers of the to what extent has Kanye been this level of accountability?
mo ṣàmù ọ̀gá ni àwọn tó máa ń dání tv ilé jẹ́ mú ìbò náà.
saboda ɗan abin kan da ake ba su wato wani abu gani nan ina magana ne da matasa waɗanda suke ganin cewa a halin da ƙasa ke ciki da buƙatar su tana tambar ka ce buƙatar su yi wanda ɗan Najeriya ke da shi ko ta ce buƙatar su saboda biyan wani ne ba su rike ba wani ya ne ba su gani ba menene ba su rike me ya fi ƙarfin sa rayuwa asibiti suna ce ba asibiti yawo makaranta a ƙasashen
I'm waiting for arrival of the former Vice President Atiku. I'm waiting for arrival of the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar into the house. But see on the ground right now. The home to GTV Africa, live from Abuja, and as you can see, some of the party big wings are trying to put heads together so that the conference can start and get to know what they have in mind to tell Nigerians, to tell their party members. The house is filled up. Some people are outside, some are standing outside, and they are still waiting to commence the activities. If I have opportunity to talk to some people, I'll be finding out from them what's the plans. Some of them are not ready to talk because of the presence. I wanted to have some chats with some of the party big wings, but they are trying to As it is, the movement is. As you can see, the numbers outside, the number outside more than the numbers inside. Same everybody. Well, let's watch and see how the party survive the location that they are tight with. You can see the number of them heading to another hall. The party members, supporters are standing outside and they are looking for moving towards another hall. And I want to believe that another hall that they are heading to will be conducive for them. If you are yet to subscribe to GTV Africa, kindly subscribe to GTV Africa and like the page for more. We have a lot of their supporters outside standing. Well, like I said, that I'll be fine looking for opportunity to get some that will tell the Nigerians that are online to tell them exactly what is going on. I have with me one of the main person that speaks for the party, and you know his name. He's going to mention his name. Your name, sir?
Yeah, Bolaji Abdullahi. I'm the National Publicity Secretary of the African Democratic Congress.
So everybody is wondering, why are you delaying in the World Press Conference that you intend to do, and what are we expecting?
I mean, because the main hall that we planned to use was not available, so we found option in the smaller room. But apparently, all our supporters are here in their hundreds, so there was no way we could possibly use the smaller hall. So we are delaying a little bit for the main hall to be ready, so that we can move in there. All our dignitaries are here, all our leaders are here. So in a moment, we are going to start. But we never knew that they would go this far. Now they have come this far. We are not going to yield, because yield makes us complicit in fostering dictatorship on Nigeria. So our duty is to Nigeria and to Nigerians.
Assuming they are not yielding, they are not changing to your direction, what options do you have?
No, we are confident that reason will prevail, and they will do what is right by the law and by the constitution and by the desire of the people of Nigeria.
Well, one word for Nigerians that are online listening to.
I'll just say to our millions of our members and supporters and Nigerians generally, that this is another test of democracy, and we are going to be firm, we are going to be resilient, and like we have overcome in the past, we are going to overcome this time as well.
Thank you so much. Well, as you can hear from him, the party is going to overcome the challenges that is on. They are working towards not being taken out from INEC ahead of 2027, and that is why the press conference is set. As it is right now, the house is filled up. The space they had is not enough for the party to have the successful press conference, and that is why they are waiting for another venue so that they can easily use another venue and talk to Nigerians. As you can see, the numbers of the people in the house, including press and the supporters, need to know that the party big wins are already in, and even the leader of the party, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, is in the house, and a lot of them are on. If I have opportunity to talk to some of the supporters of the party, I would love to find out again from them what is in their mind as the movement is at the moment now. We're on to GTV Africa, live from Abuja, and if I have opportunity to hear from some of the supporters too, I'm going to get to hear from them as well. We have seen one of the party big wins, and let's listen to him and hear what he has to say.
Are you ready? Okay, please can you share your view with us concerning the defense? Concerning the recent decision by INEC to delist the leaders of your party.
Well, that decision is absurd and very unfortunate. It has shown that the INEC chairman is unfit to be the chairman of an independent and impartial agency of government. Whoever is supposed to be the chairman of INEC is a man who is supposed to be independent of the powers. He should be insinuated. He should be a man that is built by nature against the influences of government, whether judiciary, whether executive, whether legislature. And to get a man, I'm really sorry to use this word, that looks like a toad with his fat stomach full of bullshit that doesn't know anything, to come to say that the courts interpreted status quo antebellum to mean that a political party has no leadership. How? No, how? Status quo antebellum means the state you were before the beginning of hostility. Please, has there been any time that ADC had no leadership? How come that INEC is interpreting the court's decision and making an absurdity about it? Okay, let me give you an example. PDP had two factions. They were in courts. One faction went ahead, did a convention. The other party was still in court. Yet INEC recognized them before 24 hours. Why didn't they say that because there are court cases, they will not recognize either faction? Now, there's one Nafiu Bala, one person. Please, is one person NWC, is one person NEC, is party, and then you're saying that the whole party is on one side, and one person that has resigned by his own right hand writing and INEC accepted the resignation, what other process does a political party have to take when somebody has resigned out of his party, and yet INEC is placing that person one side? Does that not tell you that APC and President Tinubu do not want election? They don't want democracy. If they don't want democracy, then let us proceed to demonstration of democracy. Because anything they want, Nigerians can give it to them. It's either you want democracy or you want democracy. Whichever one you want, Nigerians will give it to you.
So which one are you ready to give them now?
We've had enough.
Which one are you ready to give them?
Whichever one they want. So now what is the way forward?
Last 2027 election for the INEC chairman, do you think Nigerians should not put their hope on INEC chairman even if
No, INEC chairman should go. He should just get out. He's the worst human being that I've ever met. Now, let me give you an example. With Professor Yakubu Mahmood, you will be talking about whether you have free and fair election. But with Josh Amidst, you'll be talking about whether you have election at all. So as terrible as Yakubu Mahmood is with technical glitch, with Josh Amidst, you won't even have election at all. How can you come out and there is no opposition? PDP, there is nothing like PDP existing anywhere. What you have is PDA. PDP came out openly to be saying on your mandate, Tinubu shall stand. So that's done already, and they are not hiding it. And INEC recognized that faction that is saying on your mandate, we shall stand. And then which other party again? ADC, just because they have seen Atiku Abubakar, Obanso, P2B, the other three candidates in the 2023 presidential election are now together. So they understood what it meant. And now they use INEC. One Josh Amobota, or I always don't know the surname of that people. Is it Amobota or Amobota or what? I don't understand. As an Igbo, yes, now, as an Igbo man, that sounds like Amobota or something of all this nonsense. So in Igbo land, if that side scratches too much, you bring it out.
What is the way forward now?
What is the way forward? Restore ADC today, not tomorrow, because it may be too late. ADC is a political party. The courts have made it clear that the internal affairs of political party is not justiciable. The court has no right to issue an order that will affect the internal affairs of a political party. Now, two, Nafiu Bala is not a member of ADC. He does not have the locus to even bring ADC to court. So the way forward is status quo ante bello, which means David Mark and Raoul Fobeni Aregoshola, they are the chairman and the secretary of ADC, and it should be restored today, not tomorrow, because they are running out of time.
What if INEC fails to do what you request?
Just watch us and watch where we're going.
And why you gathered here today?
We're gathered here for a World Press Conference in respect of begin to chart the course of where we will go. Because like I said, we've had enough. Because if you say, I am not going to participate in the election of 2027, and you say that all the democratic people cannot participate democratically, then you cannot stop them from participating undemocratically. You have to choose. It's either you are allowing democratic practice or you are allowing undemocratic practice. You can't choose both. Why we subscribe to democracy is to have a choice. So if you say we will not have a choice, then you don't have the choice to govern us. Because sovereignty belongs to the people, from which every government derives its power. So if you remove sovereignty from the people, you don't have the power to govern us.
If you are alleging INEC and charging INEC chairman to be out of office, is it the fault of INEC or the courts?
Yes, it's fault of INEC. There is no court that ever told you that you should remove David Mark or Aregoshola. Show me the order. Status quo ante bellum is the normal statement of court, meaning do not make any party to suffer any disadvantage before the ruling of the court. Has he not made us to suffer disadvantage? You have granted a man who went to court seeking for a relief. You, the INEC, not the court. You have granted him the relief that he is seeking for in the court. How can that be status quo ante bellum? So what I'm saying is that no court ordered INEC to remove the remark or Aregbesola. So it was the decision by INEC, and INEC must do it now and reverse it. So thank you, sir. Thank you.
Your home live to GTV Africa. As we can hear from him, that INEC should restore Aregbesola and others. He has said his own, and I'm sure that others have different opinion, but what led to this is not yet known to some of them, and some of them are still out there thinking, looking for other ways to make things work for them. Continue to look for others that are going to speak and get to hear some of them, their feelings as regard to activities that is going on. You are on to GTV Africa from Abuja. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. On TikTok, we are also there. The part of GTV Africa, and let's make history. We bring to you the real feed as it is, as exactly as it is. The press conference was said to start 1 o'clock, later 2 o'clock, but now we are on because the venue is too small for the members that are here. So we are still hoping that the press conference will commence as stated. But right in the house there, we have the party big wings that are still in that place, hoping that activities will commence. At the corner there, you see some of the lawmakers waiting at the corridor there, hoping that the activities will start. Some of the lawmakers are still waiting. Let me move ahead. If I can get one of the party supporters to speak to you, and you hear from the party supporters as the feelings as it is. It's a no face. The one you know, Aisha, the one that is popular. Yes, I'm like GCB is live, and Nigerians who want to hear from you. What is going on? Why are you all out today?
Why are we all out today? Do I even know the answer to that question? All I know is that someone is afraid. So,
So want to know what is going on in ADC?
why are you scared? That's the way
It's like your party. It's like your party is having issues.
having issues. We don't have any issues anywhere. I think what you should be thinking about is that why are some people afraid? The same people who say they have won the election, that they have 30-something governors around that are supporting them, but you could see at every time they are afraid and they're doing everything to sabotage. We don't have any issue. I mean, we've been told that, hey, go there, you're alone, you don't have, governors with you. And we say we have the Nigerian people. And you can see here just within a few hours of what has happened, literally the whole country is represented. People are coming from all over. So we don't have an issue as a party. We're there doing what we're doing, which is focusing on engaging with citizens respectfully, the way any political party should. And we are not engaged in trying to undermine anyone. I think the people that should be answering the question is, why are they afraid?
Why do you think INEC gave that announcement?
Well, the reason why they gave that announcement is because of the fact that the only independence in INEC is the INEC. And so it has shown repeatedly, the INEC has shown repeatedly that it is partisan and that it is not independent as should be. This is an institution that is supposed to be unbiased, but in every way, it's almost as if it's an arm of APC. And so why are you giving that kind of a judgment? The judgment never said you should remove, David Mark or Aregbesola. It didn't say you should remove the national chairman or the national secretary. It said you should go to a status quo antebellum. That's what it says. And what is that status quo antebellum? When the guy went in there, David Mark was already there as the national chairman. Aregbesola was already as the national secretary. But I think the thing that Nigeria should be focused on is the fact that for those who say they have 30-something governors, for those who say they have kept money that they have not used in the last 3 years to develop our country, they have kept it probably to use during the election, but they are this scared and they're looking for whatever it is to destabilize parties. And then another thing also, is the Labour Party. Why is it happening in Labour Party now? It's not. Now it's ADC that they're focused on. They know where their affairs are.
So what message you want to give forward?
The way forward is us as a party. We are coming here. We are law abiding. We do everything by the letter of the law, and we're here to do a conference and put that out. And when the message goes out, definitely they will hear from us loud and clear. Nigerians will hear from us loud and clear. The one thing I'm going to say to you is that we are not intimidated. We are not afraid. We're not thinking of, giving up or whatever. This country, and I've said this before, and I'm going to say it now again, Nigeria is at war. Going into 2027 is going to be a war, and we're fighting for our lives, and we're fighting for the soul of this nation. So giving up is not an option.
So what message do you have for to INEC chairman and Nigeria?
The message I have to INEC chairman, he should remember that before he became INEC chairman, there was someone who was INEC chairman, and after he's gone from that seat, there will be people that will be there. What will he be remembered for? This is someone who is a professor, not just professor in any profession, but in law. He is a son. So first of all, he should not be the one making up the law or reading the mind of what the ruling of the courts have said. If there's anything he doesn't understand, he should go there. And we are getting reports that he was threatened, he was coerced into it. He should remember that whatever seat he holds is not the power that he has now. It is what he is remembered for. He should make INEC independent, not just the I being independent, but the whole organization itself being independent.
Why not go back to the court and seek interpretation? Very clear interpretation of the ruling.
Just going to the court mean you will not do a press conference? So we are here. The leadership will tell you at the press conference, there's going to be, we're having a press conference, right? There's going to be a press statement, and then you listen to what the press statement will say, and then take it off from there. Going to the court doesn't mean that you will not address, the gentlemen of the press.
If you are to say a word to your supporters out there that are watching you, what will you be telling them?
Don't give up. We're here and we're fighting this to the end. Nigeria is a country that belongs to all of us, and nobody would think that just because they got into power illegitimately that they're going to own this country. We all are Nigerians, and no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
You are on live to GTV Africa, live from Abuja. Let's continue to hear from party supporters, and we always bring to you exactly what is going on. The members are all seated, and they are looking forward to the directives that the leadership of the party will give so that they can follow. This is GTV Africa bringing to you live from Abuja. It's nice to see you. The Nigerians are on, and they want to know what is going on with your party.
African Democratic Congress is healthy. The party is beginning its congresses on the 7th of this month. We are on course. Congress's materials have been dispatched to the states. Even though we read that INEC has issued a statement, but INEC does not communicate with political parties through social media or statements. So we are yet to receive any official communication from INEC about whatever is purported to have been sent out there. But we understood that they were trying to interpret the judgment of the Court of Appeal, which said parties should return to status quo ante bellum. And in law, that means parties should go back to the position they were before coming to court. Now, before Nephew Balagombe approached the court on the 2nd of September, what was the status? The status was that David Mark-led National ESCO was in charge of the leadership of ADC as approved by the National Executive Council in July 2025. That was the status. So if the Court of Appeal has asked INEC to go back to status quo ante bellum, I expected Professor George Amopitan, a renowned scholar of law and a senior advocate, to have known the meaning of status quo ante bellum. But sadly, he has interpreted the decision of the Court of Appeal to mean that the Court of Appeal has ordered INEC to go and create anarchy in ADC, because the purported letter said INEC is not going to relate or monitor the congresses to be organized by the Mark-led National Working Committee, and it will have no business with the faction. Meaning that Amopitan is telling Nigerians that the Court of Appeal has ordered him to go and create confusion in ADC so that they can kill themselves. Now the question is that, can a court of law create confusion and anarchy? The answer is no. So why would the renowned professor of law and a law teacher like Judge Amopitan behave like this? We understood the role dollars is playing in Nigerian democracy. And this has been replicated by the conduct of the National Assembly. Because each time they see their grandfather, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, coming into the hollow chambers, they start singing, "On your dollar we shall stand, on your dollar we shall stand, on your dollar, Tinubu, on your dollar." So, INEC now is singing, "On your dollar we shall stand."
That's not an allegation.
How does it look like an allegation? How can you explain why a law professor who taught me status quo ante bellum when I was a law student, and he told me that it meant status, go back to the status you were before coming to court, and he has interpreted it differently? What would have changed his brain? I didn't see him wearing Tinubu's cap with handcuff. I would have thought his brains has evaporated like others. So since I didn't see that, I will be left just like he has interpreted the court judgment to interpret his conduct to mean that this "on your dollar we shall stand" had infected INEC.
What will be the next solution now? Next step?
The next step for ADC is to continue with their congresses and to tell Judge Amopitan that he has lost his knowledge as a lawyer and interpret the law accordingly, because we are law-abiding citizens. Amopitan has asked us to go and kill ourselves, but we are saying that no, we will obey the court order. Status quo ante bellum means David Mark, go and conduct your congresses, which he is going to do. We will conduct our congresses. When INEC would have recovered from their confusion, they will meet us, but we cannot be delayed.
In less than 6 months that he assumed office, one of your party members was calling for his sack. Are you repeating that too?
Under democracy, people are free to express their opinion. Even as I'm addressing you now, I will not be surprised that a Nigerian will say I should be sacked from here. So asking that people should be sacked is a democratic right, and it should be recognized.
Thank you so much. Well, one of the party leaders has just said his mind that recognition should be given to what he said. Now let me find out from a known face. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Thank you for your time. You are talking to Nigerians, and I want to be finding out from others because Nigerians are listening to you. If they ask me to ask you a question, I will do that.
I'm still available.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you.
Your name for the benefit of those that may not know you.
My name is Rafoke.
He seems to be party leader of this ADC.
The former national chairman of ADC.
What is wrong with the party at the moment now?
The party is intact. Nothing is wrong with the party. But then there's something wrong with INEC and the APC government.
Can you share with us?
Because the biggest scandal I have seen as far as political party management is concerned I have been in political party management for more than 20-something years. I've not seen any INEC that will just take law onto their hand and scandalize the entire system. What INEC does is to work with party leaders to ensure that parties are healthy, and when they refuse to be healthy, they can fall aside if they don't win the election. But for an INEC leadership to decide to truncate the law to please the party in power, it's most irresponsible. And for a son, for that matter, it's a major disgrace to the legal profession because it's a son. It's a major disgrace. He should know the law and so on. I think the INEC chairman need to be derobed. The son he was bestowed on should be removed from him.
Let us take it back a little.
Yes.
Did Nafiu Bala Gombe resign from ADC?
We have all the forensics. He resigned from the ADC, and he resigned as deputy national chairman. I have the letter. INEC has the letter, and INEC watched the entire processes. We held more than 8 meetings. Bala was involved in all the meetings, and what beats my imagination was that Bala was one of those who went around the north to market ADC to the people, saying if we build a coalition that the north should embrace ADC. So for him to be doing, there must have been something for him to be involved in what he's involved in now.
I wanted to ask,
what it is that we know that there's some billions of naira there for anti-coalition fight. This government don't want to face any election. They want a coronation. So I know what I went through before we were able to midwife this coalition. They followed me to everywhere. And so on. But eventually we were able to do it. And they decided to start following some people they think they can drop and to make for them to make use of. I know some of these guys. Most of them now they live in they live in some of the biggest hotels in the country. At times they fly private jet, and I can tell you the places where they go to. They fly private jet to Lagos. They fly private jet to Owerri. I know the governors who are funding them, and I know the offices in Abuja here that are also funding them. So we know all of these things.
So now what's way forward?
The way forward is that ADC is moving forward. All our processes, we're going to continue it and finish it. Nobody can stop it. If they stop it, they need us.
But if INEC fails to be part of your Congress, don't you see that there will be problem ahead?
We are already informed INEC that we have a Congress. We sent them a letter and they stamped it, and so on. Whether they come or they don't come, that's the business. We are on the right. INEC know that they are wrong. So it's now left to them to play whatever games they want to play.
Thank you so much.
You know, when you're right, you're on a high moral ground, and so on. We're on the right.
Thank you so much, sir.
God bless.
We're home to GTV Africa. In a few minutes, we continue to hear from the party has changed its tactics, and they are about to they are setting up at here now so that we can hear from them. See folks like A few minutes time, the leadership will come to the point to talk to press, and we'll have opportunity of hearing from them.
Okay, this place is okay now. This is the top place we are going. This place is already enough now. People are doing press conference on standing. So why must you be inside the house? Who sent you? Hey, stop talking that way, guy. Hey, you don't talk to us that way. How many hours will it take you to set up the hall again? All that has been messed up again. Where's so we need back. Yes. Give us the chance. No cash in slave. No cash in slave. So that they'll know that government has here. We want to go for our trouble.
You're on to GTV Africa, live from Abuja. I can tell you authoritatively that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is coming in, and a few minutes he will be coming into this place and the press conference will commence. I want to believe that there will not be changes of venue again. This is the third venue that we are gathered, and I want to believe that the venue will continue to be. Arrival of Peter Obi to the venue. All is now set. All is now set for the activities to commence. From look of things, there may be change of venue again, and this does not speak well of the party.
Yes. What's on that side? Let him come. Let him come.
Well, looking from the other end there, Vice President, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is making his way. He's coming into the venue.
We are set to go live. We are proud to witness the leadership of ADC, our own beloved party, the only platform in Nigeria where the opposition is going to stand firm and insist in ending the impunity we are witnessing under the leadership of President Tinubu. The biggest turn off to Tinubu's presidency to every president responsible first the framework to tackle the one. The second turn off to every responsible citizen is his inability to fix the economy after making a step on the very day he was sworn in. Remember, he traveled on stage and made parties. And that was a serious step. The point here is this: we are about to witness the beginning of this press conference.
Former Vice President Atiku stepping in together with former Senate President David Mark and other leaders of the party stepping in. Former chairman of APC, John Odigu, and I can see Kwankwaso right in the house here. That means he has joined the ADC formally. As you can see, the numbers of people that are in the house here tells who are in the house. Where the setting is now done, and you can see who and who are already in the house.
Please, can we settle down, please? Please, can we settle down? Please. Please, can we settle down? Please. Can we settle down, please? ADC! ADC! AD&C! Ladies and gentlemen, we want to apologize, especially to our leaders, for starting late, but it is always better than never. Please, can I call on the only made in Aba Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Aribe, beautifully made in Aba, to please give us the opening prayer. Let us pray. Our God and our Father in heaven, we thank you for this opportunity to all be here today. Our Father, we know that our country is going through very, very serious difficulty. But we know that with you in charge, that we will overcome this affliction in Jesus' name. Amen. We thank you, dear Lord, that you have helped us to be here. We thank you, dear Lord, that you have given Nigeria another hope for tomorrow through the ADC. And we ask, dear Father, that all those who think that they're going to stop the movement that will free Nigerians from bondage, that you will never allow it to happen. Amen. We know, dear Lord, that it's only you that will give us the strength and the ability to continue to fight this evil in our land. And we ask, dear Lord, that you be with all our leaders here, and each and every one of us, and all the Nigerians that are suffering today, that you bring succor to us and help us to remove this evil in our land through Jesus Christ, our Savior. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, you are all welcome to the World Press Conference by the next party in power in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, by the grace of God. And we all have agreed, and it has been registered in the Celestial, that whatever we are going through is temporal and evaporative. I repeat, whatever Tinubu and APC think they are doing to us is temporal and evaporative. ADC will form government in 2027 by the grace of God. We are not going to waste time, but just to recognize few of our leaders here. We have the national chairman of the party, indomitable, indefatigable, longest serving president of Nigerian Senate, general in the Nigerian Army, sportsman by nature, golfer by practice, and the pride of the North Central Zone and Nigeria, simply known as David Mark.
ADC, ADC.
Next is the secretary of the party, who is the former governor of Osun State, the working commissioner of works of Lagos at the time, great philosopher and comrade of Benny Rauf Aregbesola. Next is a symbol of democracy in Nigeria, the defender of the people, the man whose name is as popular as Coca-Cola, Justin Atiku Abubakar. Next, let us first greet him. Come to see ya. Baba, oh, Baba, Baba, Baba. Thank you very much. This is the creator, facilitator, originator of the Kwankwasia movement across the globe. Engineer Musa Radu Kwankwaso. Now, the man who, because of him, Bob Marley sang that song, Exodus, movement of the people. Popular, acceptable, and friend of the Talakawas, Peter Obi. We also have here the former Speaker of River States, the only former governor with a Yoruba and Igbo name. He is Rotimi and at the same time Amechi, former governor of River State. Very unassuming, but this is an Iroko and a caterpillar. Rotimi Amechi. We have Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, two-time governor of Cross River State, never aging, always regenerating, former minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the only one waiting to be president. Clearly, okay. We have my uncle, our leader in the Northeast, the former best friend of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, a recognized leader in this country, a strategist and a thinking machine, Alhaji Kashim Imam. Well, former governor of Edo State, over 80 but looking. Our father, our grandfather, John Oyegun. The responsible former chairman of ADC, very responsible man who is standing by his word. He resigned and he refused to sleep with Potiphar's wife. Ralph Nwosu, please can we give a round of applause? Former banker turned politician, former presidential aspirant, former MD, financial guru, simply known as Aya today. Please can we give him a round of applause? The national leader of our party, the national woman leader of our party, we respect you, we welcome you. Her name is Naomi, and she has been Naomi since we were in APU. So please can we give her a round of applause? I recognize every other person here. Yeah, we are in the same category. I'm also financially disabled. But I will recognize my own leader. Responsible, mature, soft. Galadima, you are welcome. Former Minister of Sports, replica of Thomas Sankara, you are welcome. Former National Organizing Secretary and now Senator, please, you are welcome. Our Publicity Secretary, doing well, I respect you. You are welcome, Bolaji. The Deputy National Chairman, Senator Pashi, you are welcome. There's a man also I call Kukuruku, former chairman of ABGA, today Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and I have seen the lights. I call it Senator Kukuruku. Minority Leader of the Senate, 20 years in the National Assembly, now is an indigene of the National Assembly. In here, Abari. My uncle, Senator Ozamere, I salute you. Senator Clement Ikisiko, I salute you. All the national officers of our party, can you just wave, please? All national officers, I've seen you. Youth leader is here. And finally, the leader of the PWP, our group. Please, can we give him one go, sir? Don't worry. When we form
ADC, 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 no to injustice, no to one-party state, and no to poverty in Nigeria. ADC.
Thank you very much. You are working for the Office of the Special Assistant to the President of Persons with Disability. We who have no financially disabled. And I want to announce that we are live, and this program is being filmed live. So please, without wasting much of our time, we are going straight to the reason why we are here. We are going to invite the national chairman of our party to read the message of the Nigerian people. Because what he wants to read is the message of the Nigerian people against tyranny, against dictatorship, against a totalitarian, against Tinubu. And I'm telling you, by the grace of God, by the grace of the Almighty God who created heaven and earth, God will subdue Tinubu and APC. So without wasting much of our time, I'm going to invite a former and retired general, former president of the Senate, former sole administrator of Niger State, former minister, aka NITEL, and gentleman par excellence, our own David Mark, to please read the message of the Nigerian people. We need to please be very quiet and attentive, because this is a world press conference, and we want Trump to hear where he is, so that Trump can change his mouth from saying that somebody is a Christian, somebody is respected, all that gone. So please, the chairman, sir, your speech.
Your Excellencies, founding members of ADC, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, and all lovers of democracy, On behalf of the African Democratic Congress and all lovers of democracy, I welcome all of you to this World Press Conference. Since 1999, Nigeria has been under democratic rule. After 27 years, we thought we could proudly celebrate the entrenchment of democracy, believing that the country's dictatorial past has receded into history. Our experience in the past 3 years or so, since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to power, has confirmed otherwise. Democracy is only sustained by the quality of freedom that it offers and guarantees, especially the freedom to choose, freedom to participate, and the freedom to associate. These freedoms are so critical to democracy that without them, democracy dies. Yet, in the past 3 years, we witnessed a relentless assault on these very freedoms. The agenda is very clear: to create a situation where in 2027, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu emerges as the only option left for the people, despite the widespread suffering and wanton killings going on across the length and breadth of this country. The twin challenge of deepening poverty, worsening security situation in the country did not just happen. They are direct consequences of the failure of this government. They know that Nigerians will not want to continue. They know Nigerians will put them out. This is why they will do anything to hang on to power by hook or crook. The coalition of opposition parties came about as a result of a collective search for democratic freedom and the desire to resist what was clearly a relentless assault on opposition political parties. The coalition leaders decided to come together under ADC to save multi-party democracy in Nigeria and rescue Nigeria from what was clearly an emerging dictatorship. We did not come to the ADC by chance. We did our due diligence. We fulfilled all the party's constitutional requirements, as well as all wider requirements under the laws that guide the management and operation of political parties. In furtherance of this process, a INEC meeting was convened on July 29, 2025, monitored by INEC officials. One of the conclusions of that INEC meeting was the dissolution of the National Working Committee of the party and the ratification of the caretaker committee to take over the affairs of the party, with my humble self, David Mark, as the national chairman, Rauf Ugbeni Arigbeshola as the national secretary, as well as others who have since been serving as officers of the party. In addition to witnessing this process that brought in the new leadership of the party, a formal report of these resolutions was subsequently communicated to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. On the 9th of September 2025, INEC then uploaded the names of the relevant NWC members of the party based on the INEC resolutions. One of the officials of the dissolved National Working Committee was Nafiu Bala Gombe, who was one of the deputy national chairman of the party. It is on record that Gombe resigned his position on the 17th of May 2025. His resignation was also duly transmitted to INEC on the 12th of August 2025. Regardless of his resignation, he decided to approach the courts on September 2nd, 2025 4 clear months after he resigned, seeking to be recognized as the chairman of the ADC. What this means is that by the 2nd of September, when he approached the court, INEC was already aware that Secretary Arigbeshola and I had been inaugurated on the 29th of July in a process monitored by INEC. INEC was also aware that Gombe had resigned his position before the inauguration on the 29th of July. While this matter was in court, our team of lawyers approached the Court of Appeal, challenging the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court. In rejecting the appeal, the Court of Appeal ordered the parties, including INEC, to maintain status quo ante bellum. After this ruling on 12th of March 2026, we noticed a flurry of activities by lawyers associated with Nafiu Bala Gombe, requesting INEC to recognize him as the new chairman, or to de-recognize Arigbeshola and I as the secretary and chairman respectively, in a curious interpretation of what constitutes status quo ante bellum. But we know all along that Nafiu Bala Gombe and his lawyers were not acting on their own violation. They had become willing tools in the hands of a ruling party that had lost all support and goodwill to the Nigerian people. A government that had become desperate, so desperate to cling to power by all means, and even if it meant throwing the country into avoidable crisis. In the past couple of months, ADC has become the only viable opposition party left in Nigeria. But this APC government does not want any opposition. While we were fully aware of all their desperate plans, we remained confident that no level of desperation would have driven the government and the INEC to take a direct action against the ruling of the court. But we were wrong. It was therefore, to our surprise yesterday, 1st of April, that INEC issued a press statement after the close of business hours, announcing that it had decided to withdraw recognition of both the ADC leadership, which I heard, and the fictitious one purportedly led by Nafiu Bala Gombe, thereby creating a false equivalence between the parties. By purporting to recognize Nafiu Bala Gombe as a faction, INEC seems to have conveniently forgotten that this individual had resigned his position to the knowledge of INEC itself. The crux of the matter is the interpretation of what constitutes status quo ante bellum, which the Court of Appeal directed should be maintained. From all authoritative counsel at our disposal, there is no legal interpretation of precedent that could possibly lead to the outcome that INEC seeks to foist on our party. Based on his press conference of yesterday, INEC is pretending to be confused as to what constitutes the status quo ante bellum. If this was so, under the circumstances, what one would have expected was for INEC to approach the Court of Appeal to request a judicial interpretation of what truly represents the status quo under the circumstances. But INEC did not do this. While posturing to be neutral, its actions confirm that it has become irredeemably partisan, working as it were towards a preconceived agenda. With this action, this INEC has left no one in doubt that it has chosen the path of dishonor and has become complicit in democracy. It therefore can no longer be trusted. What we say in essence is this: INEC cannot choose to fix the status quo from the day it took their decision to uphold the names of the new ADC members on its website. Because INEC does not have the power to determine for any political party who its leaders should be. That decision was taken on July 29th, 2025, not on September 9th. With its press conference yesterday, INEC has invented a status quo that never existed because there was no time that the African Democratic Congress, ADC, did not have a fully constituted leadership. What INEC has done is to create a situation that by its own curious logic leaves the ADC without leadership. This certainly cannot be the status quo that the Court of Appeal directed should be preserved. It is an INEC invention that is not known to any Nigerian law. There is only one conclusion that Nigerians can draw from the 1st of April 2026 action taken by INEC. The electoral umpire has taken sides. It can no longer be trusted. As a matter of fact, INEC has acted in contempt of the Court of Appeal and has therefore acted unlawfully. My fellow Democrats, very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is not the ADC that is under attack. It is a direct assault on Nigeria's democracy and the right of Nigerians to choose, to participate, and to exercise their rights as free citizens. We have witnessed how the APC-led federal government has undermined, compromised, and coerced other opposition political parties. The ADC has risen as the last posting between Nigeria's democracy and full-blown dictatorship. And this is what worries them. What is now unfolding is a concerted effort to dismantle that last bulwark. If we allow this to happen, it could signal the end of our democracy as we know it today. If we yield to it, we would have become complicit by our inaction. We therefore hold it a duty to our democracy and to the Nigerian people to say no. No. Right now, I speak to Nigerians at home and in the diaspora. I also speak directly to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. With 90% of the National Assembly and over 30% of Nigeria's 36 governors in the APC, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what are you afraid of? If you are convinced that you have done well for the people who voted for you, why are you afraid of a free, fair, and transparent electoral contest? If you are indeed the Democrat that you claim to be, why are you bent on destroying all opposition political parties in this country? Let me reiterate for the record, there are no competing claims on the leadership of ADC. Nafi Ubala has no locus whatsoever. INEC should have waited for the Court of Appeal to decide this matter. Instead, INEC went ahead to do the bidding of the ruling party. But let us be clear, the role of INEC over political parties is not administrative, it is not managerial, it is simply supervisory. For the avoidance of doubt, the leadership of ADC inaugurated at the 29th July 2025 NEC meeting remains the lawful leaders of the party. Party members and all Nigerians should therefore remain calm as there is no cause whatsoever. It is important to state the net implications of this decision taken by INEC in case they have not thought of it or they just do not care. First, by attempting to subvert the leadership of the ADC, INEC has already undermined our participation in the Osun and the Ekiti elections taking place later this year. Secondly, we have our congresses starting on the 9th of April 2026, ending with our convention on the 14th of April 2026. We have given due notice to INEC and they have acknowledged receipt of that notice. This is what the law requires of us. Let us sound a note of warning. This INEC Professor Joshua Amopita will be held directly responsible for whatever actions or inaction or reactions that follow this criminal path that it has taken. Our demand is therefore very clear. We demand the immediate resignation or sack of the INEC chairman. Yes. Professor Amopita and all his national commissioners. We no longer have confidence in them. We are convinced that they are incapable of conducting any credible election. Yes. Let us also make it clear. We are proceeding with our party programs because there is nothing under the law that makes INEC's attendance a mandatory requirement. Yes. We have duly served INEC notice and we will proceed accordingly. We also call on the international communities to take note of INEC's activities of 1st April under the restraint we have exercised so far. We urge them to recognize the clear threat to Nigeria's democracy and stability, and to hold accountable those who are undermining the integrity of the electoral process. We call on Nigerians to defend our democracy. This is a defining moment. Stand firm, speak out, participate, resist any attempt to impose the one-party system on Nigeria. Nigeria belongs to all of us, and together we must protect it. It is often said that the arc of history does not bend towards tyranny, it bends towards freedom. No matter how long the night may seem, the morning will come. Nigeria will not be silenced. ADC will not be silenced. Nigeria will not be conquered, and ADC will not be conquered. Nigeria is rising, ADC is rising. Thank you and God bless you.
Please, let's give our national chairman a standing ovation. Thank you very much, sir. That was the voice of David, and with that David's voice, Goliath's obituary has been announced. Thank you very much. Sit down, sirs. Gentlemen, that was the message of the Nigerian people. INEC, from our chairman's speech, lied, because in their press briefing they said we informed them on the 9th of September, while we have record that it was in August. It was in August that they were sacked, and that NEC held on the 29th of July, where they were present and they monitored. So INEC is a liar. So please, everybody, like the Yoruba people will do in the Dumata market, be sure to INEC. Sure to INEC. Thank you very much. This has brought us to the end of the press conference. I will just maybe call on the secretary on behalf of the leaders to just thank our party faithful for coming.
Ashana and all our leaders, with the distinguished presence of senators, other legislators and leaders of the party, faithful of the press, it's been a wonderful day. So I think it's something that we have to do through this again. Certainly,
Nigeria will triumph. We shall overcome. You are all welcome. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. To bring the program to a proper celestial close, I want to call on the immediate past National Secretary to please give us the closing prayer, and I use this opportunity to announce his presence. Thank you.
Dino Delia, we heard from our eminent leaders, party leader, how President Bola Tinubu and his INEC colleagues is creating more turgid in the mix of Nigeria. It's a prayer. We don't have such Tuesdays. We need to eliminate them, but our prayers will back the ongoing transition, and ADC will come out transparent. Alhamdulillah, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Malik Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim, ghairil maghdubi alaihim waladdallin. The strength of this very particular verse is so important in worldly affairs and hereafter. We pray Almighty Allah to guide this party to a successful lot. All that is happening, they said in our own tradition, that somebody kicking during certain attempts in his life or the final stage would not stop him from going. So as such, Bola Tinubu and his own colleagues, all his fronting talks that he is using to truncate democracy, national democracy, will not happen in the name of Allah, the Mightful, the Most Grateful. So help us, Lord, in all this hula value that is going. People are blind, the rulers are blind, they cannot see the truth and justice. The conference has stressed, the need to have a viable Nigeria, and they are afraid of that. So help us, God, and eliminate these dogs that are not allowing people to move free. Yes, so they are tourists. So they God help us and eliminate them.
Please, I want to make a special appeal. The way we sat like this, please let's remain like this and give our leaders respect so that they can file without, they are not as young as some of us. So please, just sit down the way you are so that they can have a seamless exit. Without being pushed. Seamless exit without being pushed, please.
You're on to GTV Africa. You've listened to what the party has and what they have for Nigerians. And as it is, the press conference is over. And we shall be going to a different.
Let's meet in the gas office. Let's meet in the office.
Distinguished.
Well, as it is, the event is over, the briefing is over, and you can see what is going on. Like I said earlier, if you are yet to subscribe to GTV Africa, kindly subscribe so that you can be having exactly as this event is unfolding at every spot in the country. Kindly subscribe to GTV Africa and always be part of activities as it's going on. Subscribe and make a comment, and let's know your feelings and be part of everything that's going on right in the town. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar stepping in after the briefing, came for the briefing, and
Enough is enough! Enough is enough! Enough is enough! You read, you die! INEC, you read, you die! INEC, you read, you die! We don't tire. We don't tire. We don't have no name. My name is Flagboy NG, aka you talk, you die. You no talk, you go still die. I must talk.
why will you say that INEC will die?
If INEC read, then die. 2023, we keep quiet because the former INEC chairman, what is his name? Yakubu did what he did. Nigeria kept quiet. That is where it's going to start from. So the INEC chairman should use his head. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should use his head. This country and our vote must count 2027. They have destroyed the Labour Party. They want to move it down to the ADC. We, the people of Nigeria, we are governors, or 31 governors thereabout, senators everywhere. Allow us to have free and fair election. That's what will happen. We are the people. We are the ones in power. We have the power, and we are going to liberate our country. Enough is enough. Thank you so much.
You're on to GTV Africa live from Abuja. So you can see the event, the briefing is over, and at this point, I will be coming to the end of it, end of the briefing, and coming to the end of live streaming. Thank you for your time. Very grateful, GTV Africa team. Very grateful for your time. God bless you. My name is Bemiga Olamiko, the leader of the team, and I believe those of you that are yet to subscribe will subscribe right away. Thank you for your time.
Idan su kura wannan to za su kashe kura wasu domin me za mu zo matsayin da sana doka muna musu ba ne da ba wajen wasan